I probably could have done it myself.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back to Nostalgia Sisters. And I'm going to say in the last segment, we started in on these matchbooks, if you missed that, that has been my mother's collection since the 1960s at least. I don't know if she started before that or not. We never did kind
Right.
of get into that. But we actually have been having a lot of fun with that, and we've hoped that if you watched it, you enjoyed it a lot. And it's just easy. We're just going to dig kind of back into these at our feet here and see what we come up with this time.
The Renaissance Hotels Resorts. Obviously, those were nationwide.
Yeah.
I can't tell which way this picture's supposed to go because there's no writing on it. I think they look like lilies.
Oh, yeah, they do. That's pretty, though.
And I've never stayed at a Renaissance. Um, we do have one. I think there's a restaurant in there we've been to. I don't,
Hmm.
I don't think that I've ever stayed at the Renaissance, though they're very expensive.
Oh, yeah, they're like, I don't, I don't know what constitutes stars. Usually, I guess I'm in a three. I'm usually a Holiday Inn, Radisson,
Yeah,
that range.
yeah, it's a little bit higher than the
And that,
Radisson.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like to dig in. These are fun. Oh, okay. This is the most fun matchbook, I think, ever. I'm going to show it to you.
Oh, I think I know
And
what
if
it is.
and if you have a reaction, you'd have to know there was a place. You remember there was, yeah, I'll show you. Remember, apparently there was a restaurant by
Cock,
this name.
the Cock and Bull.
Now, isn't, but it, and this is still in pretty good condition because this is from my parents' time in California.
But I remember hearing about
About
that
that.
place.
Yeah. And that is just such a great, and it's still in such good
It
condition
is.
considering it's older. I mean, the picture and the colors look great. So again, that was cool to draw this. It was the most fun.
It does look like it's been used too.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah. Well, huh. Well, you can't tell where they tore. Oh, it looks like they tore from right in the middle.
Mm. Well, a lot of restaurants they would give you the matchbooks on the table,
Right.
and there'd be candles on the table, so they would take one
And light it.
matchstick and light the candle.
Huh. Okay. Your turn.
Hyatt Regency Maui.
Maui. Okay, now that leaves.
Lots of matches are gone. Um,
I have to say this. That leaves most of nobody in our family's ever been to Hawaii.
no, and I
I
don't
know.
speak Hawaiian very well, but it says on Ka'anapali Beach in Maui,
Okay, so that's
Lahaina.
somebody, some friend of mom's who knew she collected matchbooks must
Right.
have gotten it for her. Um,
Very fancy
yeah,
matchbook.
yeah, kind of classy with the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are fun. Okay, digging in here. Um, See, it's interesting because Keystone Grill.
Oh, okay.
Now that's interesting. I have to say this because a lot of the ones, especially in the little boxes, where they're the little boxes with the wooden sticks rather than the books, we're finding they used to be very artsy.
Yes.
I mean, look at this. Now, the Keystone Grill's still there, isn't it?
No.
No. Okay. I thought it was still there.
No, it's not.
Okay. But it's interesting because this particular art, if you're familiar with the Keystone area where this restaurant actually was very artsy.
Yeah.
And so that certainly fit in,
Right.
I think. Okay.
Towboat Annie's.
Is it tugboat or towboat?
Towboat.
Towboat. Wow.
Falls. I can't see what it says on it. Riverboats. Falls City Riverboat Company, Jeffersonville, Indiana. Which
Okay.
makes sense. It's on the river.
Yeah. Okay, they're vacuuming apparently.
Yeah, they're vacuuming in the hallway and
They're
mowing the lawn
mowing the
out.
lawn, so it's just a feature of doing these because we have to do them when we can.
Right.
And if we had a studio, we'd be able to put the red light on.
Yeah.
So don't make any noise. Leave us alone. So obviously this wasn't someplace we went.
No.
Um,
I've been to Jeffersonville, Indiana,
I
but I didn't
haven't.
go there.
I haven't. I mean, that's just interesting, that we've had.
Jeffersonville is right next to the town where Leck is from.
Oh, okay.
I think they're in the same county.
Okay, now see, here's one. This one's not even that exciting, I guess, anymore. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Well,
Because we all, the ones that still exist aren't as much fun, are they?
Jeff and I were there once. I had a gift card,
Right.
a $100 gift card. We did not order appetizers or desserts. We just had the main dish and side dishes and probably iced tea because we don't drink. And it still cost, with tax and tip, $140. So I had to pay over $100 for almost nothing.
Oh, wow.
The food was not that good to me.
Right.
Jeff did not like it.
Oh.
And
that
and to
yeah.
say they were very snooty, which
Andrew, do you think people expect that when they go to a place like that?
they might because it's a higher end.
I mean, I don't like that, and I certainly wouldn't expect that, but I'm wondering if people do. Okay, if you do, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, your draw.
The Raspberry Kiss Restaurant, home of the fanciest Sundays in town, in University Heights, Ohio.
Okay, so I'm guessing though that as new as that one looks, when I was in high school, we took a day trip to Ohio U. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but Ohio U wasn't in University Heights. Ohio U was in Athens, which is
That's
southern.
Athens. Okay, so
that was southern Ohio.
Okay, that's right. Okay, yeah, you know why this is going to sound weird why I messed up. For a couple decades now, I think. So I'm thinking university. And this is what happens. These are our you are listening to our normal conversations. Get that. So I know what's messed me up in my brain with this.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it used to be they called things University Heights, South Euclid, this and that. Now they just say Cleveland.
Although they still do have the little townish names.
Yeah, but I know it's my understanding though
Shaker Heights. And
they've drifted from that. It's my understanding, like when you're addressing something, they want you to just say Cleveland.
Yeah.
So that's what screwed me up. Okay, University Heights then is where my mother grew up.
Yes.
Okay, and this is still looking newer.
Mm-hmm.
So it had to be from a trip that was later, not
Yeah.
like from the 60s or 70s.
Right.
That's my opinion. Who drew that?
Yeah, I did.
Then, like I said, you are absolutely listening in on our conversations. I got Uncle Munchies. Uncle Munchies. Is that just it says? I can't tell what that is. And then on the other it says the Wall Street the Exchange. So I don't.
Casual dining. Oh, Castleton Plaza, East 82nd Street. I don't remember Uncle Munchies at all.
But I remember the other one, the name. Never having
Wall
been
Street,
there.
the Exchange.
Yeah, I remember that. Well,
it's Restaurant Discotheque.
Okay, but see,
so that obviously 70s.
What I'm going to say about this, we have a magazine called Indianapolis Monthly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this was part of your subscription, the menu guide that you'd get every year.
Yeah.
And I would say that sometimes some of the ones that I think sound familiar that we've never been to, we probably from reading the menu guide.
Yeah, which they don't issue anymore.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's one of those.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's one of those things that it started out, it was pretty good size book with tons of things in it. And over the years, it got flimsier and thinner and fewer restaurants until it was finally
Yeah.
nothing. And yeah.
Mountain Jacks. Yes.
Okay. It's a good one. You got this
Yes,
one.
got this one.
Yeah.
Very good restaurant. There were several in town.
Go. Do you want me to?
They're all since closed. But my husband and I, when we were on our first date, we went there for dinner. Then we decided that we would have our wedding reception there.
I
So
remember
it was
that.
just a family wedding.
That was my only time ever there.
We went there for dinner. Food is excellent. Um, and there's one left in Lafayette, Indiana. It was a franchised location, and the franchisee kept it going exactly the same as it was. And we've driven up there a few times in the recent years. We went up there for our 25th anniversary, our 30th anniversary, my birthday last year with my parents, and I believe we went one other time. It's a little bit of a drive. It's not quite an hour, which, you know, a lot of people don't drive an hour to go have dinner. But this place had memories. So,
I'm kind of glad you drew this one.
yeah.
It's one of those ones, maybe if I'd gotten it, I would have handed it off. Come on. Now, this is shiny. I knew what this was. Yeah, the Inn of Lompoc. Now, I do know this one actually is from my trip. I'd had a very strange year where for a business thing I had to go when I was there. Most people know. And like I said, I think, I don't know if this was from when I did the trip and spent a couple nights, but another time that friend we drove there
Oh, okay.
too. So I don't know which one this is from. I can't tell you. But so I've had the trips to Lompoc. So yeah, that's kind of interesting for me because I know this is one I picked up.
Right.
Indoor pool and spa. This is not where I stayed. No, in fact, the time I went up there, where I spent like a weekend on my own, flower festival was going on. And there was like not a room to be had. And they were ready to see if they could find quarters for me at the airbase because they had, you know, it was with the government. And when the cab driver had me because he'd gotten me at the bus station. I'd come from LA to take the bus. And the only thing, they did manage to find a room for me, so I didn't have to, but I ended up, it was a Best Western, but it was, Best Western has different grades of places, okay? And this one was called the Flag Waver. I don't know if that's even still there. The Best Western Flag Waver Motel. And they got me a room there. But it was like the last room in town. I'm just absolutely, the one thing I kind of remember is they offered free continental breakfast. And one of the rooms, you know, like that the maid used for a quarter, you know, it was a room, and they'd set it up, and you'd go down there, and they had juice, donuts, and coffee, and it's really interesting. This is where the long story, and I'll put it with this because, you know, instead of another Lompoc one, when I was born there, when they lived there, they had to get bottled water because it was so horrible. And apparently they put in a water treatment plant, and Dad was telling me, oh, you know, the water will be better. It wasn't. It still smelled like, you know, that refinery or whatever on 86th Street when you drive by there, the water still smelled like that. It was horrible. And the taste was there, and I wouldn't go near it. There was some grocery store, and I walked over there and bought bottled water to drink. For the 2 day, I couldn't shower. Because that stuff, you know, because when I'd go to wash my hands, it felt like there was this residue of sludge left. I didn't want to get in the shower like that.
Right.
And that was 2 days. I could, you know, fine. And then, and it was miserable to brush my teeth. but I had the bottled water to drink, and it was interesting. Thank goodness the room, there was a little mini fridge in there that came in the room. But I can't believe, how are these people drinking anything made with this water?
Right.
It was just horrible. But the donuts were good. They'd come from Mr. Donut,
Mm.
and I fell in love. At the time, I didn't have to eat vegan and gluten free. Um, and they had the maple logs.
Mm.
See, we're back on food. What's the joke? Whenever she and I talk, we always get
Yeah.
back to food. Maybe I better stop. Your turn.
And I was going to say about Best Western, Jeff and I always joke about it. Well, if there's a Best Western, isn't there an East Worst or
A
Worst
worst
East Eastern?
Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah. This, though, the Chateau Normandie.
Oh, okay.
Never been. It was
No, isn't that where you took me for my birthday one year?
no. That was the I can't remember the name of it. The Chateau Normandie, I think, was closer to the airport,
Oh, okay.
which I definitely would not have been
Yeah, I
going to.
remember because the one you went to the birthday, it was that one with the friend with that waiter who was getting a little too friendly.
Yeah, but that was not the Chateau Normandy. I can't remember the name. A very expensive restaurant. I think my parents went there with their friends once again
Hmm.
back in the 80s or late 70s. It's not there anymore.
Huh. I'm digging down. Ooh, the Madonna Inn. We're back to Lompoc.
Mm,
Well, this one says San Luis Obispo. So this one, is this, okay.
it's a very pretty matchbook.
It's a pretty matchbook. The Madonna Inn. Okay. Yeah, it is San Luis Obispo. That's right. And I think I actually did pick this one up. The friend I had that I told you who
Hmm.
drove me to Lompoc, and
Yeah.
we did all that. We didn't stay there because it's kind of the most expensive place you can stay
Mm,
there. But we had breakfast there
mm.
because they had a little restaurant, and we had yeah, I remember that, the Madonna Inn. It was the big deal in San Luis Obispo. Yeah. Um, that was just interesting because I don't think they had the themed bathrooms anymore or whatever it was. I think there was some big deal about, the different stalls being different themes or
Mm,
something. I could be wrong.
mm. Oh, how interesting.
Hmm.
The Beverly Pavilion, a Max Barrel hotel.
Okay.
Um,
You drew that, but I can tell you about it.
it's in Beverly Hills.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
on one of my business jaunts to LA, because my mother collected matchbooks, and that's what she wanted. Usually, somebody says, get me something. She wants matchbooks.
Right.
And so on different days, like I said, I would just walk for blocks and blocks and go into places. And the I got the matchbooks. I'd go in and pick up the matchbooks for her,
Yeah.
and that's how I got that.
Okay. So you were kind of there.
Kind of there. Then stay there is the point. The who? The what? The ranch. This is another Hayward, California. So this is something from my parents' time. It's interesting because it looks like you got these matchbooks at the Ponderosa. I mean, the Bonanza TV show Ponderosa. That you'd go to visit the Cartwrights and here, have a matchbook.
Yeah.
That's what these look like. Again, we can't tell you anything about them. Just, hey, it's pretty cool.
Looks like they served martinis there.
Ah, yeah. You look at it that way.
That appears to be a martini, which I've never had.
Me neither. Any alcohol I drank was usually like daiquiris because it was mostly hidden by the fruit and the.
Oh, the Chanticleer sur la Toile.
Oh, la di da.
This is the Holiday Inn at the airport,
Mm-hmm.
and never been.
Sure.
Very, very ritzy. Obviously, my parents went there with some of their friends.
Yeah. What I was going to say about this is um, it always amazes me how many ritzy restaurants are in the hotels by the airport
with the French names.
with the French names. All right. Oh, another box. See, I don't like some of them. You have to tip to.
Well, yeah, the script on it is very odd.
This is awful. Elegant, whatever it says, elegant above all. The different point. What? The who?
The different point of view.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the different point view.
Point view. Okay. See, now for some of
it
you,
is in Phoenix, Arizona.
okay, now that again, mom's friend's family.
Yeah, but mom and dad took a lot of trips to Phoenix because his friend, Diane,
Oh,
she
no, but
and her husband moved to Phoenix.
okay, but I do remember because there's, I'm going to say this, the reason I know this is because I'm the one who tasked with sorting through all the photos,
Mm-hmm.
and there's big stacks of photos where they're visiting one of the twins. See,
Yeah.
my mom's friend had twin daughters,
Connie and Abby.
Connie and Abby,
I
and
can't remember which
Abby
one
was Abby was in
Abby was in Phoenix.
in Phoenix, right? So I think that was from that. And what I'm going to say is, just so you know, we each, I guess, we have to help each other with the eyes. We each have different issues. Mine is glare. If anybody has known me for a long time, and so the littlest bit of light hitting something wrong like that, where it's gold fancy something on whatever, and there's just enough shine, all I see is reflection of everything, and so you.
The Indiana Memorial Union. This is at IU.
That's at IU, so obviously that I didn't pick the one up. I think probably when they were visiting me there at IU or something. That's probably when they picked it up.
Probably.
But I probably wouldn't have thought to.
It's kind of weird where college campus
Campus
has their own matchbooks.
Has their own matchbooks. Okay. Stage Deli.
Oh, that's in Cleveland, isn't it? Oh no, that's in New York.
New York.
I must have gotten that one.
Either that or when we were.
Well, no, because that was in. I think my group went there.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So tell them about.
Well, my confirmation class took a trip to New York. We saw 2 Broadway plays, 1 musical, 1 drama. After one of the shows, we went. I think it was the Stage Deli.
Oh, okay.
And
sense.
you know, it's a deli.
It's a deli. And they had matchbooks, so you
And
could
they
bring
had
mom.
books.
Yeah. Did I draw that one?
No, I did.
I don't even remember.
Oh no, you
No,
did.
I did.
I had the Union.
Yeah, you had the Union. I just let you talk because it was your thing.
The Green Apple in Zionsville, Indiana.
Okay. Well, I know.
I remember the name. I don't think I've ever been.
I'm going to say this. I know Zionsville. I don't know this place.
It's not there anymore.
Okay.
Their little logo's an apple with a worm coming out of it.
How cute.
And I don't know anything about it.
We don't know. Okay. So again, if you're in the area and you remember this, we're looking to you to share with us what you know. Okay. We do it right. Marriott. Okay.
Another hotel.
Another hotel. It's almost like big deal. This Marriott. I don't remember staying at a Marriott. So I don't know if this was something that I picked up in a walk, or if somebody else stayed at a Marriott.
Yeah.
This is but it's kind of a nondescript thing anyway.
Right.
And whether they do it right or not, that's
their opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we do another round?
Okay. Got 2 there. This one is someplace in Lompoc. It's like a regal design. It's very light. like gray on brown. Can't see what the name is.
Smart.
Something coach.
Let me see. I just want to see. Yeah. You know what it looks like? It looks like the attempt was that it was supposed, yeah, because feel it's supposed to just be an embossing,
Hmm. And it wore off.
and it wore off. And there's nothing on the inside. So, huh. Yeah, obviously, yeah, you can see it was supposed to be embossed. So this is obviously from, not from when I was there.
Yeah, it's a very aged.
Yeah, it's very aged. Okay, so I'm going to do one more draw for this episode. I mean, like I said, it's fun because we could kind of go on for
I
longer.
want to see what this other one is I picked up
Well, okay.
just to see. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mark Hopkins? Is that what it says?
The Mark Hopkins, an Intercontinental Hotel, San Francisco.
Okay, that's not from me. I have to say, I don't think so. One of the trips, I mean, that friend, we did go to San Francisco. I remember being on the pier. I don't remember walking in places there and grabbing matchbooks. So this might be from my parents' time. That's been interesting. Okay, so that's been another fun round.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, it has. We hope you've enjoyed it. And we look forward to seeing you the next time with the Nostalgia Sisters.